Welcome back to Level Headed Gamer. My name is Joseph, and today we finally got to see Xbox's conference for E3 2021. And as a PS, I would say predominantly a PS fanboy, holy crap, did we get a presentation. That is exactly what I wanted from Xbox, and they really kind of achieved everything I hoped they would to really kind of strike back and show competition to both PlayStation and in some ways to Nintendo or anybody who's in their pathway. And I think the main theme of this whole presentation was Game Pass. Out of 30 games they showed, 27 of the games are going to be on Game Pass, many of which are either console exclusives or launch exclusives. And it started with Starfield. We finally got our first look at Starfield when Todd Howard came out and gave his presentation. It was a short teaser, it didn't show much, but man, it looks so good. And the big banger was like exclusive to Xbox and coming out in November of 2022. It really kind of solidified what the presentation is going to be like and what kind of pace they're going to be going at. And it really didn't stop there. It went to Stalker 2, Game Pass day one, and it's going to be a console launch exclusive. Man, I never played Stalker 1. I played maybe like a couple of hours because I didn't have a PC myself. I would play at a friend's house. But I'm so excited to play because I'm a big Metro fan. So I'm really looking forward to Stalker 2, and it looked absolutely fantastic. And just like the whole idea of everything they announced today is all coming to Game Pass. And I have Xbox Series X myself. I have Game Pass for both PC and Xbox right now. But I'll be honest with you, it's collecting dust. I'm not playing anything on Xbox. But now this presentation just gave me absolute hope and reassured me that everything, the fact that I bought an Xbox Series X, it's going to be used to its full potential. Not to mention, they are the Netflix of gaming. This is period. There's no way back anymore. With this kind of a strategy, everybody's going to have to adopt at some point. I believe Nintendo and PlayStation will have to adopt to this. And they showed a bunch of new games, you know, some in short sequences, some in more in detail, where it was the Contraband game from Avalanche Studios, which looks interesting to me. They showed about Replacement. This was a highlight for me, surprisingly, despite Starfield. Replacement, which looks, it's a console launch exclusive game, and it's an indie game in this kind of pixelated cyberpunk science fiction 2D side scrolling. I don't know if it's a Metroidvania or level based. It looked visually so stunning in my eyes. This got me actually the most excited for some reason. I'm really looking forward to that because we got gameplay. It's coming soon. We also got some Halo Infinite multiplayer gameplay, and I gotta say, I mean, Halo multiplayer, we know what to expect from it, and the grappling hook looks like it's gonna add a lot to the gameplay. Actually, it's gonna quite change it up quite a lot. I'm always looking forward to Halo. I don't know what anybody else thinks, you know, some Halo games are better than others, but it's a fun series and you know what you're getting it because you don't get them every single year. You're always excited for a new Halo game, at least I am. And it surprised to me completely was Outer Worlds 2. I beat Outer Worlds 2 on PlayStation 4. I loved it. I thought it was a great game. I love the sense of humor, and it looks like the part 2 is no different because the trailer was absolutely hilarious with this kind of a funny, almost satirical narration of a game trailer, and so the way it's supposed to be. Another surprise to me, I thought it was a big surprise, is Forza Horizon 5. I'm not a racing fan at all. I think the only game I've ever bought that was racing was a Burnout. I forgot which one. It was Burnout Paradise, one of those games. I'm not a big racing fan, but after looking at Forza Horizon 5, holy smokes, it looks so good. Visually absolutely stunning, and the fact that it's going to be on Game Pass, I think I'm going to have to jump on that and actually check it out. And we actually finally got to see the Project Omen from Arcane Studios. The Redfall game was going to be, it looks like a 4-player co-op. At least this one looks like a 4-player co-op game. Was going to be magic and vampires and this kind of a post-apocalyptic or like a world in danger kind of thing going on. And the CG trailer was amazing. It got me hyped up for what it's going to be, but I really don't know what the game is really going to entail. So I'm going to wait see a little bit more. Arcane hasn't really made a bad game, at least not one I can think of, and so I'm going to be really looking forward to it. They're going to bring back their Dark Messiah roots in here. They're going to bring in what looks like their Dishonored roots, and then all the games they've created, Prey, and to create this kind of interesting world, what it looks like. Another game, what I thought was really exciting for me personally, because I really loved part 1, was a Plague Tale Requiem, the part 2 to Plague Tale Innocence. I thought the game had absolutely fantastic story. I didn't think it needed a sequel. It's sort of like with Last of Us 2. I don't think anybody really needed a sequel to Last of Us, but if it's good, we will take it. And that's the thing with this game. Again, Game Pass first day. We got Atomic Heart new gameplay. Also a surprise, the fact that it's going to be a Game Pass first day. Again, my Xbox is going to get a whole lot of use very soon. That's what it looks like. With Ascent coming very soon and Dark Alliance coming to Xbox Game Pass, they're really solidifying themselves like, hey guys, where's this strategy is here to stay, and we are going to dominate. We're here to show Sony we got something packing. And again, when I say I'm a Sony fanboy, is that I don't do like console wars. I really don't go like, oh, this one's better. Throughout generations, I preferred certain systems. And I would say for the past couple of generations, I think PlayStation was stronger with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 currently. I think they're in a stronger position, but then this whole thing comes out and absolutely knocks it out of the park. This is kind of bringing it back to Xbox 360 days where Xbox was untouchable, and it looks like they want to come back to that with this presentation. It's also nice to see Back 4 Blood, another game I'm really excited for going to Game Pass. For those who are fans of RPGs and Suikoden, you know, developers of Suikoden are making this project called Yuden Chronicles. It's going to be Yuden Chronicles Rising and 100 Heroes, also coming to Game Pass. I mean, there's a lot going on. Another thing I thought was good that they did is like, hey, this is coming in the future, in the months to come. We want to have a console exclusive game coming every single month among other games in Game Pass all the time. But we got something for you right now. And it started with Yakuza Year of the Dragon, which I actually didn't get to play. So I want to check that game out. There's going to be 10 more Bethesda games joining Game Pass. The whole Sea of Thieves, Pirates of the Caribbean thing, if it's going to be like actual story with actual missions and not the traditional Sea of Thieves, which it's not my thing. I think the game is great. It's just not my type of game that I want to play. I want to kind of sit down for a story. If it's going to have that in the Pirates of the Caribbean crossover, hell yeah, I'm there for that. It looks like Fallout 76 is going to get more content, and it's going to be Brotherhood of Steel, kind of, they're going to bring that whole thing in there. I'm not a big fan of that. I really don't care about that, but it's nice for those that are interested in the game. They keep developing things and they keep putting new things for you to play. Now, this has nothing to do with exclusives, but they showed Battlefield 6 gameplay. Oh, it looks glorious. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I shit you not, it gave me goosebumps. That is the only thing through this whole presentation that literally gave me goosebumps, how good it looked. And then I just kind of look how big and like everything's gonna be. I'm excited for it. And the last thing we got to talk about is that there was no Fable, there was no Avowed, there was no Elder Scrolls 6. But I mean, with so many titles that they've shown, it makes sense. Like, first of all, let's leave something good for next time. Let's work on these games and make them really good. I think they did exactly what they should have done with this presentation. I think they knocked it out of the park. It was a breakneck pace. They did not stop one after the other. They didn't waste time giving me 20-minute presentations about something I really don't care. They broke down a couple of games when they needed to. I thought the pace of it was great. They showed so much. They showed all of it is coming for basically any Xbox owner, and especially Xbox owner with a Game Pass. It's an absolutely undeniable package of what they're going to offer you, especially in a system that, technically speaking, is slightly more powerful on paper. And so, I mean, they're really positioning themselves in a strong place, especially with still Sony not announcing any kind of presentation during E3. They're definitely going to hold the spotlight. I don't see Switch really topping this unless they're going to show a bunch of exclusive Switch games. So we're going to have to see what happens there. But tune in more. I'm going to also discuss Square Enix probably the next day and what they had to offer, as well as Warner Brothers. I haven't seen those two yet. I just wanted to kind of cover Xbox and what they're going to do here. Let me know what you thought of the presentation. Do you think it was as good as I thought? For example, I thought this was a great presentation. I don't care. Again, console wars don't matter to me. I have both systems. I'm going to be glad that I can take advantage of both systems, have exclusives on both systems, have advantages like Game Pass on Xbox and whatever Sony's going to do with their thing. They'll be interesting to see. I want to know your opinion. What do you thought of the presentation for Xbox? Do you think it was a worthy presentation? Do you think it still was lackluster and you didn't see what you wanted to see? What games did you want to see actually shown on here? I'm sure it was like Fable, Avowed, right, and Elder Scrolls 6. let me know down below. And if you enjoy this kind of content where we do discussions, we talk about games, we talk about E3 and everything like that, along with impressions and reviews, make sure to subscribe down below, because that's what we do on this channel. I'm also going to have a Ratchet & Clank review coming up very soon of what I thought about this game. And guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy watching E3, and I'll tune in next time. We'll discuss other things on the horizon. Peace out.